This is CBS News, Texas.
Right now, Opal Lee's Walk for Freedom is about to begin over in Fort Worth. The annual event, it commemorates Juneteenth, the end of slavery in the United States, and honors Dr. Opal Lee for her work to make it a federal holiday. We want to say thank you for joining us today for our streaming special. I'm Carmen Blackwell, and today is Juneteenth. It's only been about a federal holiday for 5 years now, but the campaign began years earlier, thanks to the woman now known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, Fort Worth's very own Opal Lee. She turns 100 years old this year in October. We'll learn more about her throughout the next hour. But first, the weather, of course. Rain has delayed this morning's walk. So let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Michael Ottavino. Michael, where does the rain stand this morning as far as the radar is concerned?
Well, Carmen, we could certainly see some lingering showers, some lingering light rain, but I can confidently say across the Metroplex, the worst is behind us. Looking outside across East Fort Worth, it's cloudy and gloomy. Over the last 3, 4, 5 hours, this is what we've been seeing. But notice into Tarrant County, we're still continuing to track at least some light rain. And notice there's some heavier rain out to the west. So by mid to late parade, we could certainly start to see an uptick in the heavier rain pushing through. Zooming in right now into just right where the parade is going to be, or the walk. Notice we're continuing to see at least some light showers passing through. A steady rain if you're heading to the parade. Please be sure to pack the rain gear, bring the poncho, because a lot of the heavier rain is out to the east. But overall, I'm still expecting at least some more moderate showers to pass through, I think, by the middle half of the parade. It's been such a wet morning. Area-wide, we've picked up anywhere from about 2 to as much as 5 inches of rain in such a short amount of time. That's why we've been seeing the widespread flooding concerns. We still have an ongoing flash flood warning into portions of the eastern half of Denton County, into Collin County, and still into Dallas County. This is in effect until about 10:15 for this morning. And notice a lot of the heavier activity is pushing out to the east, up across portions of our Red River counties. We've finally started to see some shades of green and some lighter rain that is pushing through. All of this rain is associated with a stationary front that it's right now kind of parked right over our area. So we're still continuing to see some warmer air to the south, cooler air up to the north. That's why areas north of this front no longer have a severe weather threat. But out to the east and southeast, we still have at least a small chance to see an isolated strong to severe storm, capable of producing some strong wind gusts as well as heavy rain. And notice up to our north across the Red River counties, we're still continuing to see some more moderate to heavier showers. Any stronger or heavier showers out to the southwest may make their way into Tarrant and Dallas counties. We'll, of course, keep you updated.
Okay, Michael, thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it. Well, now we want to check in with our very own Robbie Owens now. She's over at Will Rogers Square, where the walk is about to start in just moments. So, Robbie, Miss Opal is 99 years young, of course. So tell us, do we know yet if she'll be actually walking today?
Well, Carmen, I have been told that Miss Opal will not actually walk today, and at 99 and a half, she has that privilege. Miss Opal can do anything she wants. So I'm told, though, that she will be on site here. She will drive that route today, but just her life, her presence is an inspiration here today. There are crowds all around me, all ages, all races, and, you know, Carmen, in life, everything is perspective. So we're just glad that it's not 105 this morning. So we will deal with the rain. Lots of families out here. I just met King David Reese and his family. Tell me, what brings you out here this morning?
Oh, just excitement. I wanted my daughters, who about to be 7, Leilani, and Elena, who's 4, they're African-American, Afro-Latinas. I want them to see a powerful black woman who has made history, and it literally is living history, like their shirt's saying.
How important is it to pass along the history of Juneteenth and what it meant to our people, to generations who really can't understand, you know, the horror of slavery?
Oh, it's everything. I'm still explaining to people who are outside of Texas what Juneteenth is all about. So I said I can't keep educating everybody else and not make sure my own daughters are witnessing living history themselves, so they can pass it along. They can educate their classmates and whatnot, and their friends.
It's raining, but does it still feel like a party out here today?
Oh yeah, I was surprised. Even more people showed up than I thought. I think it's because, like you said, it wasn't 105. People came out the rain. It's like, okay, we get a break. Thank you, Lord. Cool us off.
Last question. What do you think? What can you say about Miss Opal Lee?
Oh man, Dr. Opal Lee, the truth. I love her and her family. we've had the privilege and honor of meeting her and her granddaughter, her grandchildren, as well as those who represent like Addison Grace. And she is such an inspiration. It shows you that at any age level, you can find your purpose and walk in purpose, literally walk in purpose and lead others to help them walk to their purpose. And that's what we do with Professional Mentor and Mentor Connector. So that's why I resonate with Opal. And thank you. I want them to meet you, living Black history.
Well, I think you're going to make me blush. Thank you so much. Enjoy the walk.
Thank you. Thank you
Carmen, it is a fabulous atmosphere out here today. And again, as a descendant of those freed Texas Black slaves, this day has always been special to me and my family. And it's definitely a special one here in Fort Worth. Back to you.
Of course, to me and mine too. Robbie, great turnout so far, rain or shine. And what a beautiful family too. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So let's dive into the history of Juneteenth. On June 19th, 1865, a Union general actually arrived in Galveston, Texas. That was to inform enslaved people that they were free. It was also 2 months after the end of the Civil War and 2 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. Opal Lee's journey to get Juneteenth a national holiday began 10 years ago when she set out to walk from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. to urge Congress to act. That's 1,400 miles total. The then 89-year-old strapped on her walking shoes and she took off. She made it 4 months later. Well, but her mission began when her childhood home in Fort Worth was burned down back in 1939. She was just 12 years old. And as our Doug Dunbar explains, her family moved into the Terrell Heights neighborhood in Fort Worth. Their white neighbors didn't want them there.
My parents bought a house in a neighborhood that was all white. My mom had it fixed up so nice.
After just days of living in their new home just south of Fort Worth, Opal Lee and her family were harassed by an all-white mob, reported to be 500 strong.
My parents sent us to friends several blocks away.
Miss Lee says the mob threw rocks at the house for days as her father sat inside, rifle in hand, while law enforcement simply watched.
When whites began to gather across the street, there were policemen from Fort Worth and county people.
Lee's father had armed himself to protect his family, but it was the very protectors of the city, Lee says, that told him he'd better not use it.
And he had a rifle. And the police officer said, if you bust a cap, we'll let that mob have you.
Opal Lee's father never pulled the trigger, but the mob did. They burned down Opal Lee's childhood home that once stood here at the corner of East Annie Street and New York Avenue because they were black.
Those people tore that place apart. They burned the furniture and everything else on the 19th of June.
A defining moment in one life that has fueled a lifelong passion to simply be seen as equal.
If we could just get people to understand that none of us are free until all of us are free.
Wow, well, years after her walk to D.C., Lee got her wish. The House and Senate actually passed a bill recognizing Juneteenth as a federal holiday. And our Aaron Jones was there to catch her reaction.
Her entire life, 94-year-old Opal Lee has celebrated Juneteenth.
The bill is passed.
And now Congress has passed a bill making it a federal holiday. President Biden expected to sign it soon.
I've got so many different feelings all gurgling up here. I don't know what to call them all. I'm so delighted to know that finally we've got a Juneteenth bill passed.
It symbolizes Opal Lee from Fort Worth, Texas, long known as the mother of Juneteenth in Fort Worth and now known nationally for her endeavors to help make today possible.
Lee has worked towards this moment her entire life. 5 years ago, she walked from Fort Worth all the way to Washington, D.C. to urge lawmakers to make this happen. The day celebrating June 19th, 1865, marking the true end of slavery in the U.S. On that day, slaves in Galveston were informed of their freedom by federal troops, about 2 months after the end of the Civil War and 2 years after President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. At Globe Life Field during the Arlington Black Chamber of Commerce's 5th annual Juneteenth celebration, attendees joined in her joy.
I think the reason we got to where we are today and we have a national holiday to celebrate is because of work for people like her. So what would I say? Thank you, because she's done the heavy lifting there.
Lee says there were times she wasn't sure this day would happen in her lifetime. However, she says she always kept her faith alive.
I need to be on my knees praying because the Lord's been so good to me. You know, you can't do these things without His help.
In the days, weeks, and months to come, she says she'll continue to lean in. Her work is not over yet.
We might take a breather, a short one. We've got all of these disparities that we've got to address. And I mean, all of them. And while we've got some momentum, I hope we can get some of it done. We can have one America if we try.
Isn't she incredible? Well, Lee then got, as you can see, a front row seat here to history when the President Joe Biden there at the time, signed the Juneteenth national holiday bill into law. And just a fun fact, Texas was the first state to recognize Juneteenth as a state holiday back in 1980. So Juneteenth celebrations are expected to draw big crowds, not only in North Texas, but also across the country, along with parades, pageants, and festivals. And one critical ingredient, of course, is perspective. And no one brings that quite like Miss Opal Lee herself, as she sat down with our very own Robbie Owens.
They had the music and the food and the games. It was like Christmas. I love some Juneteenth.
You can't talk about Juneteenth in North Texas.
New Year's Eve, they'd have what they call watch night services, watching and waiting for freedom.
Without talking to Mrs. Opal Lee.
Girl, Juneteenth's my passion.
At 94, the still feisty former teacher has organized walks, events, and petition drives for years, urging lawmakers to make Juneteenth a federal holiday, commemorating the day in 1865 that Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston with the Emancipation Proclamation, 2.5 years after it was issued.
He nailed that to the door of what's now Reedy Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church. We started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since.
The push to make Juneteenth a federal holiday had a somewhat surprising ally in Texas's Republican Senator John Cornyn. He reintroduced the Juneteenth bill in February.
So we should learn from our mistakes as a nation. Nobody claims we're perfect. As a matter of fact, in the Constitution, it talks about trying to get a more perfect union. But we can do better in terms of our relationships between the races, in spite of the original sin of slavery.
And while laws can send a message, Mrs. Opal knows firsthand that real change must happen in hearts. As a child in Fort Worth, an enraged mob attacked her family for mistakenly moving into a white neighborhood. Police stood by and watched.
My parents sent us to friends several blocks away, and they left under cover of darkness. Those people tore that place apart. They burned the furniture and everything else on the 19th of June.
Still, Mrs. Opal is too busy to be bitter.
Robbie, if people can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. Do you hear me? And it's left up to us.
Opal's Walk for Freedom is underway right now on this Juneteenth. It was delayed an hour. That was because of the rain that we saw here. But as you can see, there was such a big turnout this morning. So many folks and faces that are proud to celebrate, again, this national holiday. Yesterday, Miss Opal Lee was on hand as the Fort Worth Police Department hosted a panel of community leaders gathered to honor her legacy and her impact on the modern civil rights movement. She had her very own message for everyone that's walking today.
I want those young people to know that they are the ones that the ones looking on will emulate. So do your very best. And I'm so glad that you were chosen to be a part of this. And keep up the good work.
Well, well said. Well, Dr. Lee will turn 100 this October. And her granddaughter said that big plans are right now in the works to celebrate the big milestone and that more details would be released as we get closer, of course, to her actual birthday. She's had many honors, though. The retired teacher is a member of the Fort Worth ISD's Wall of Fame, and she has at least 8 honorary doctorate degrees, received the key of the city to Balch Springs, and then she's also been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. In May of 2024, Opal Lee would travel back to the nation's capital to accept the Medal of Freedom, considered the U.S. government's highest civilian honor.
The nation thanks Opal Lee, the grandmother of Juneteenth.
So this medal is presented to individuals just like Miss Opal Lee to recognize their lifetime of significant achievements in the arts, public service, science, or other fields as well. The grandmother of Juneteenth even has her own Barbie doll. Take a look at this. Lee is now part of Mattel's Inspiring Women collection, which honors extraordinary women from all fields who inspire future generations to come. The doll wears a signature look for Lee's annual Opal's Walk for Freedom, including white joggers, sneakers, and a custom t-shirt just for her. As if she's not busy enough, of course, Opal Lee is taking the lead to open a National Juneteenth Museum over in Fort Worth. Demolition of the Southside Community Center is now set for this fall, and crews will then begin building that museum on that site located on East Rosedale Street. Oh, there are a lot of Juneteenth celebrations that are scheduled. So tomorrow night, myself and Steve Pickett will MC the City of Arlington's annual Juneteenth celebration, and we are so excited about it. So joining me now is Latacia Takel and also Carl Warren that are here with us. And first question for you guys, for those that are going to be heading out tomorrow to join us, what can they expect?
You want to go first?
Excitement, fun. Just a lot of
music,
dance.
It's an experience.
Exactly. It's definitely a very good experience.
Food too, shopping too, I hear.
Yeah.
Shopping, local businesses are participating, so lots of dance, a lot of community.
Of course.
Yes.
It's really all about the community, of course, is the focus too, and again, the holiday too itself. So Levitt Pavilion, as we know, is such a cool space. So what suggestion are any families, or what should we say, what suggestion for any families should they bring for the evening? We also know it's going to be hot too.
Yeah, so what's nice about the Levitt is the parking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Parking's easy.
And if for those who's coming out, bring your lawn chairs.
Right.
We're going to be offering water and that kind of stuff, but you can also bring your
fans too.
Fans, your
blankets,
and also your beverages too, if you wanted to drink.
Yeah.
That out, and you have that out on the lawn, so it makes it easy for everyone. But also, we're going to have vendors and we're going to have food, so they don't have to worry about bringing food. We're going to have all that out there for them.
Of course.
So
You guys are going to supply everything with the goods. So what time does everything kick off tomorrow? Where exactly is Levitt Pavilion for those of us that have no idea where that is in Fort Worth?
You bet. Levitt, Arlington is downtown Arlington, across from City Hall, about 1.5 miles from the entertainment district, right outside of UT Arlington, which is amazing. And you can, again, park pretty much everywhere around Arlington downtown free. So that's really nice. They can come out, what we call doors, but hello, we're an open lawn, so what is doors? 5 o'clock, the vendors are ready to go. Come 6 o'clock, we'll start all the stage performances and music.
That's where the real fun and the celebration will kick off. Carl, this question is for you specifically, speaking of Levitt. So not only are you a Levitt board member too, but you're also a Phi Beta Sigma member too as well. So tell us why they're involved in this event, of course, and why it's so important to put on an event like this.
This is important because it brings culture to the community. It can give the community and the Arlington area, people that live in this area, an opportunity to get out and see something that they have never seen before. And it gives you the opportunity to celebrate Juneteenth and everything that goes along with Juneteenth. We get a chance to celebrate those.
And some people just think that Juneteenth is just now a federal holiday, but it's so much more than that.
Exactly. You know, while everybody's Juneteenth is going on today, we're having ours tomorrow because we saved the best for last.
Of course. I think you said that earlier. You don't think I forgot that. That's a really good way to put it.
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going into our 5th year. This is our 5th Juneteenth celebration, and each year is getting better and it's getting bigger. And we're just trying to make it a fun event for everyone to come out and enjoy. And I think you have to be there to see it.
Yeah, and you're encouraging the whole family to come out too.
Exactly.
Bring the kids too.
Bring the kids, bring your lawn chairs, bring your coolers. Just come out and have a good time.
Really quickly again, one more time, what time's everything kicking off? And tell us where it's going to be.
Yeah, you got, okay, so Nadia Week, she's out of Mansfield, Texas, a 12-year-old powerhouse R&B is going to kick us off. Then we go into brand new funk out of Dallas. They are hitting North Texas like crazy. And then we're going to end the night with For Your Soul Band, and they're a Fort Worth Funky Town favorite. We're going to be dancing, partying. It's for the families, and that's what Levitt does, brings people together through music and with great partners like Pi Beta Sigma, and just the community, everyone is welcome.
Absolutely. Latasha, Carl, thank you both so much. Again, we want you to join myself and also Steve Pickett tomorrow night. Again, the party starts at 5 p.m. sharp, and of course, we love free. It's going to be free, okay? Yes. Well, we want to wish you a happy Juneteenth. Opal's Walk for Freedom is underway right now over in Fort Worth, and it's been going on for about 30 minutes or so already, rain or shine. You can see there was such a large turnout for this year's event. I'm Carmen Blackwell. We want to thank you so much for joining us here on CBSNewsTexas.com. And today is the day to celebrate the end of slavery here in the U.S. We get to do this on a federal holiday. That's thanks to the hard work of Fort Worth's very own Miss Opal Lee. But Mother Nature, of course, had some other plans this morning. It's a First Alert weather day for us. So let's check back in with First Alert meteorologist Michael Ottavino. Michael, where exactly is that heavy rain across the Metroplex?
Yes, that's right, Carmen. What a morning it's been. We've been so wet, but overall, the worst of it is behind us just in time for the march this morning. Looking outside across Fort Worth, it looks cloudy, but you can still actually finally start to see a few peaks of sunshine. Take a look at the setup. We've had plenty of rain over the last about 5 or 6 hours. We have this front that's kind of stalled out along with an area of low pressure. So areas to the southeast are seeing some warmer air, cooler air up to the north. So the severe weather threat north of this is pretty much over, but we're still continuing to track moderate rainfall up across portions of our Red River counties into northeast Texas, but we still have some more heavy rain out to the southwest that likely moves its way east over the next couple of hours. Here's the radar loop. Notice we've seen plenty of lightning. I mean, I was seeing lightning amounts anywhere from about 1,500 to 1,800 strikes per 5 minutes, which is a lot of lightning in a short amount of time. I'm tracking this more band of some heavier rain that's out to the west. Eventually, that'll make its way east. Hopefully, it's just after the parade. Zooming in closer into portions of Tarrant County, very light mist, drizzle is expected as we move throughout right now until about the next, I would say, 20 or 30 minutes or so, which of course is good news. But we're still continuing to track the threat for some lingering flooding across portions of our area into Dallas County, the eastern half of Denton County, as well as into Collin County. A lot of the stronger thunderstorms, or the more frequent lightning thunderstorms, are off to our east. As far as how much rain we've picked up over about the last 5 or 6 hours, generally about 2 to 5 inches of rain. When you pick up that much rain in a short amount of time, that's why we've seen so much of that flooding. Here's the threat for flooding. Again, we still have the flash flood warning, which means flooding is ongoing in these areas. If any other warnings break, we'll of course keep you updated. Over to you.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Let's check in with our Lacey Beasley now. She's at Opal's Walk for Freedom too as well, alongside Robbie Owens, who's also there. But Lacey, we're about 30 minutes in. How's it going so far? I know you're just trying to keep dry, but you'll soon see walkers that are headed your way too, right?
Carmen, this is the best time to be seeing the walk because we are stationed at Trail and University and it is walking right past us right now. We've been kind of hopping around trying to find the best position. Hi, good morning. Trying to get the best angle for seeing this walking parade, I guess you could say. I mean, there's no throws being thrown out, but there is, you know, this band that's walking in. There's thousands of people who have signed up to be here, and there's also, even just 30 minutes ago, we saw that there were probably still about 100 people who were registering to come out here. So it's a great turnout. Rain has held off, which is great news. It's even a little bit sunshiny right now. It's been raining sporadically, on again, off again all morning. So this is just a fabulous turnout for this Walk for Freedom this morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Hi, good morning. Happy Juneteenth. people are out here. Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. A lovely turnout. Definitely the rain did not stop people from coming out here. Hi, good morning. There was definitely some hesitation at the beginning about, if this was going to get pushed off. It did get delayed by 1 hour, but for now, this walk is going right past us. There's still probably about 40 minutes left of the walk, but there is still lots of excitement and lots of friendliness this morning, and people who are excited to be out here. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so Carmen, I'm going to toss it back to you. We're going to be following everyone down this route and hopefully try and catch them at the end. But yeah, this is a great turnout this morning, Carmen.
Yeah, Lacey, too. I love to see there were so many different people from different backgrounds and a lot of diversity there within a lot of those turnouts, too. It's good to see a lot of faces that were there and made it rain or shine. Thank you so much. Well, a live look for you this morning from Opal's Walk for Freedom on this Juneteenth holiday over in Fort Worth, as the rain delayed it and pushed it back about an hour or so, but that didn't keep people at home this morning for a great turnout. A lot of smiling faces that came there to celebrate the holiday. Well, in 2022, Fort Worth Incorporated named Miss Opal Lee Person of the Year. Our very own Robbie Owens caught up with her at her urban farm near downtown, where both produce and purpose grow strong.
40-acre farm? Oh, girl.
Miss Opal's urban farm sits in the shadow of downtown Fort Worth.
Listen, I spent summers on the farm.
This visit unearthing memories rooted in compassion.
You just want to help people. I got to. I mean, it's part of my DNA. My grandfather would bring people to my grandmother and tell her to put them to work, find some food.
In the decades that followed, Mrs. Opal would continue her support for the poor and added a new purpose, advocating for a federal Juneteenth holiday, marking the day that ended slavery in the U.S.
All right.
And she was there when President Biden signed it into law.
I still pinch myself to see if it really happened. It was humbling. I just don't know what to say except I'd like to do it again because I got some more things that he needs to. I need to call him up.
Around the nation and here in North Texas, the awards and honors just keep coming. Ms. Opal recently named Fort Worth Inc.'s 2022 Person of the Year.
I'm overwhelmed. I tell you, I don't really know how to act. I tell youngsters, I tell everybody, I want to do a holy dance. But when I try, they say I'm twerking. But I just want everyone to know how grateful I am.
The honor brings home her lived truth that hearts do change.
There were policemen from Fort Worth.
It was in Fort Worth that as a child, her family's home was ransacked and burned while police looked on. Her parents unknowingly bought in a white neighborhood.
Times have changed. How about that for going full circle? We bleed red blood, and all we want are the same things you want. A decent place to stay, a job that pays enough for us to buy a home, have food, have a ride. That's all we wanted then. That's all we want now.
50 years from now, what do you want people to say about Miss Opal Lee?
That somewhere along the line, she was able to help a few people.
Not the honors and the awards?
Listen, each one of us must be responsible for the others of us. Each one of us. The Bible tells us that. So, I want to be known for being a little old lady in tennis shoes, getting in everybody else's business, and having a damn good time doing it.
Oh, to be Miss Opal.
Well, earlier we told you how, as a young girl, Opal Lee watched an angry mob in Fort Worth burn her childhood home down to the ground. More than 8 decades later now, she returned to this very site, this time with people eager to help her rebuild it in 2024. Our Andrea Lucia explains how an act of hate inspired hope and changed the course of Opal Lee's life.
Good morning, all you young people.
And just know you're all young people if you're not 97.
It was on this plot of land just south of downtown Fort Worth. A 12-year-old Opal Lee once watched hundreds of people gather to burn her home.
My dad came home with a gun from work, and the police told him, if you bust a cap, we'll let this mob have it.
Some people do ribbon cuttings. We think that's kind of wimpy. We do board cuttings because that's who we are.
With help from History Maker Homes and Texas Capital, work began on a new home for Lee here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Trinity Habitat for Humanity sold her the property for just $10 after learning of her interest in it.
When we were here, there were whites who didn't want us here, and now there are all nationalities in this neighborhood. That we are all one people. That's what we are, all one people. And the sooner we accept that, the better. Thank you.
Well, less than 3 months later, she was able to move into a brand new home. Take a look.
And so this home has been built with a lot of love and care and compassion, and we want you to go enjoy it for many years, your brand new home. Congratulations.
I'm elated, I really am. And I don't know what feeling this is. Awe, surprise, I don't know what it is, but I'm happy about it.
It was like what happened here to my family 85 years ago never happened. But 85 years ago, a family lived here.
All we wanted in this neighborhood was to get to know everybody else. And if there were children, I never did find out. We wouldn't be going to the school, the same school. But I knew that wasn't going to be true in that day and time. But just to know that there might have been children that we could have played with, that we might have known their families. We just wanted to be good neighbors.
This picture isn't just a welcome home picture, Dr. Lee. It's a testament to the power of collective action. It inspires us all to fight for the things we believe in, to know that change, however long it may take, is achievable.
I'm Robbie Owens in Fort Worth at Miss Opal Lee's annual Juneteenth March. A fabulous day here in Fort Worth that even the rain couldn't dampen the enthusiasm. You're seeing the end of probably thousands of marchers, walkers out here visiting with neighbors, walking that 2.5 miles to symbolize the 2.5 years that it took for news of the emancipation to reach Texas. It has always been a Texas celebration, and thanks to Miss Opal Lee, it has now gone nationwide. I've seen all races, all ages out here celebrating true freedom, freedom for all. I'm told that Miss Opal was going to drive the route today, but whether she is here or not, her spirit, her enthusiasm, her life has changed this nation, and we are all the better for it. And I'm seeing all kinds of evidence of it out here is it still morning? Out here this morning. It has been a fabulous day here in Fort Worth. Simultaneous walks are happening across the nation in honor of Juneteenth for so many reasons. Rain or not, it has been a truly, truly fabulous morning here in Fort Worth.
Well, Opal's Walk for Freedom continues on this Juneteenth holiday. There was a big crowd today in Fort Worth as we celebrate the end of slavery in the United States in honor of Miss Opal Lee for her work to make it a federal holiday. We want to say thank you so much for joining us for this celebrating hour of Miss Opal Lee and her journey to getting Juneteenth declared a federal holiday. As we end this program, we give Miss Lee the last word about the significance of Juneteenth.
I say that each one of us should make ourselves a committee of one. We know people that we go to work with, people that we shop with, people we're in clubs with, and all that sort of thing. We should be about the business of changing their mind. Robbie, if people can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. Do you hear me? And it's left up to us We can't expect the legislature, the governor, and the president. We can't expect it. It's our responsibility to make this thing equal. And it's not at this point in time. If we could just get people to get on board and help turn things around. And I've heard somebody say it takes a lot more to turn a big ship around than it does a small, and this is a big affair. We need to be able to tell people, help people understand that we don't want any more than they are getting. A decent job that pays, a home that's decent, schools that teach the truth, health care. These are things that we want just as they do. And I don't know why you think you should deny it to me, and you've got it. I want some of it, and enough is enough.